Welcome to lecture series on database management system. Myself Rajesh Lakshana from Department of Information Technology, SNS College of Technology. In today's lecture series, we are going to see a brief introduction about the various components of database management system. Let us begin with what database management system is all about. So the universe contains large quantity of structured as well as unstructured data. So the main task of database management system is to manage the large quantity of structured data available on the internet. So it also has some other tasks such as if you want to obtain the information from the database, if you want to retrieve the information of your, or if you want to make any kind of changes or modifications to the data, database management system will be very helpful. So multiple users can also share a common data as well as they can manipulate the data. And it also provides control access to the data, thereby ensuring data integrity. These are some of the main tasks of database management system, and some of the examples of database includes relational database, which is a in which data is stored in table format. This is most common type of database that we commonly use these days, which contains, if you see a table, it contains rows and columns. So data is stored in the form of rows and columns. Columns are called as attribute and rows are called as tuples. So, retrieving the data from the relation data model is with help of query. Here is a sample query, salesperson equal to Mary and price greater than 100. So, this particular query will retrieve the record that matches the salesperson name Mary and price greater than 100. And what is meant by schema? Have, we have come across the word schema before. So, schema is a structure of the table. Any structure of the table is called as the schema. So this schema will contain the name and attributes. It also contains address of the table. It contains authorization rule for accessing the particular data, and many other details will be included in the database schema. So this database schema has to ensure physical data independence as well as logical data independence, which is main property of database management system. So this is very important. I mean, this physical data independence and logical data independence is very important in case of distributed systems. So in distributed system, this data independence is ensured with the help of schema. If you look at the architecture of database management system, the architecture that we use these days are a three-level architecture or three-tier architecture, which contains three levels, such as external level or external schema, and conceptual level or logical schema, and internal schema or internal level. And so the types of DBMS is like database management system types are mainly based on the type of data structure that particular DBMS will support, and also based on the type of service that it provides, whether it will provide service for high level language system, or it provides support for primitive data types. Based on this service provided, and based on the data structure that it supports. For example, if it supports a graph data structure, or it supports a tree data structure, or a network data structure. Based on these two, the type of DBMS is done. So this is the this is the three-level architecture of, sorry. This is the three-level architecture of database management system. As I said, the topmost level is the external schema or the external level that has direct communication with the user process or the end user. Middle level is the conceptual schema or the logical schema. which provides a conceptual to external mapping. And the last level is the internal schema, which is directly connected to the database management system. This three-level architecture of DBMS is provided by ANSYS framework. Previous days, we have used a two-level architecture, and now we have moved to three-level architecture. So now let us see what is the relational structure of DBMS. It contains various relation attributes and tuples. As I said, relation is something, relation is a table, attributes are the columns, and tuples are the rows. And it also contains various keys such as primary key and foreign key. There are several other keys, but of all those keys, these two are most important. Primary key is any attribute that is used to uniquely identify a given row or a tuple in a database. So foreign key is used to depict the relationship between various tuples in various tables or in various relations. So the main advantages of this relational structure is that it ensures many-to-many relationship, and also it provides high-level declarative query languages. So here is a sample query which is used in SQL to retrieve the data from the database. So for retrieving the data from database, we use a SQL query select. We can also use programming language codes in SQL with the help of, which is called as PL bar SQL, procedural logic SQL. So with the help of that, we can also embed programming languages in SQL. So these things we have discussed before. Apart from retrieving, if you want to provide indexing to the database, indexing is done with the help of B trees and B plus trees, which is data structure. And we can also provide hashing. Hashing in database, which is of two types. One is static hashing and the other one is dynamic hashing. Database also provides space for query optimization, which helps in finding the best plan for the given database. And there are also several optimization techniques. So view, what is meant by view is that it will create a blueprint, not a blueprint. It creates a replica of a table, and we will make all the changes in the replica to know how the exact table will look like without affecting the original data. We can do all the changes to the duplicate data or the replica we have created, and we can see how the final database will look like. That is the main use of database views. It can be considered as a subset of database. Uh, this view helps in improving the user interface to a greater extent. So this is the syntax for creating a view. All the operations that can be done on the given database can be implemented in views as well. The main property of database management system is that it ensures data integrity. Data integrity in the sense it ensures that the originality of the data is not lost. So by this, data integrity is achieved by imposing various constraints on the given data, and which ensures uniqueness of the data and dependency between the relation. If there are multiple transactions happening in the database, concurrency control is very essential. So concurrency control also ensures that the transaction happens in a serial manner, and there are when even though there are concurrent access, it is very essential to ensure that there are no deadlocks, and we have several mechanisms to prevent deadlock and to provide serial execution of transaction though there is a concurrent access. And lot of protocols such as two-phase protocol, locking protocol, strict two-phase locking protocol, and simple locking protocols are used to ensure concurrent. You should ensure concurrency control problems in transaction. So here is an example transaction model. Each transaction will have begin transaction to mark the beginning of the transaction, and end transaction to mark the end or the to terminate the transaction. So when the transaction is terminated, it means that the entire transaction has been committed. So end transaction is different from abort transaction. Abort transaction is that we are killing the transaction. So read is to read the data or a file, and write is to write the data into a file. So these are the various primitive operations that we use in a transaction model. Uh, so this is an example for distributed transaction. It contains first one is the nested transaction, whereas second one is the distributed transaction. So far we have seen the major overview of the database management system. We have seen the diagram. We have seen what is transaction concurrency control, what is primary key for, what is foreign key, and what is relational model, and so on. Hope you understood. Let us meet with another interesting topic in the next lecture. Thanks for watching.